At the start of the European portion of our trip around the world, we arrive in northern Italy, where we meet up with our friend Francesco, who takes us into the region of Liguria.
After checking out Santa Margherita and Portofino, we head to the world-famous UNESCO World Heritage Area of Cinque Terre.
Here we spend 3 days visiting the historic and picturesque cliffside villages the area is renowned for.
We hike through high terraced vineyards that connect each village, stopping to sample some of the local produce along the way.
After exploring, we take our time relaxing, swimming, and staying overnight in our favourite towns to get a real feel for the local culture after the day trippers depart.
The authentic mix of adventure and local culture is what we are all about. Join us as we explore northern Italy, Liguria, and Cinque Terre on Global Travel Stories.
Alrighty, we have arrived in Milan, Italy. We are here with Mr. Francesco Guarino.
Hello everyone, welcome
Welcome
to my home.
Are you going to give it officially in Italian?
Benvenuti a casa mia, nel mio paese.
Cool, we are heading down to Portofino right now. We've just got in the car from the airport in Milan and Francesco is driving us down there. We're going to spend the next few days along the coastline going to Cinque Terre and a few other places. So there's a lot coming up. Ready to hit the beach. We head 2.5 hours south of Milan to the coastal village of Santa Margherita Liguria for our first night in the region to get settled before our big adventure hiking the nearby villages of Cinque Terre. So we're in Santa Margherita Liguria in the region of Liguria. You can see these guys behind me chewing down some focaccia. This region here of Liguria is really famous for focaccia. I'm gonna chill out on the beach for a little bit and get in some sun. That focaccia is about as big as your head.
Take a picture of me kissing it.
Okay, cool. I'm taking a video this whole time anyway. Do you guys want to try this focaccia? Let's do it.
Yes, let's do it. Okay, let's split it up. This is mine. You guys can share this. Sample right here.
Tell me. She's gonna say it's amazing. What is it?
So good.
Oh, what?
What is it?
I had to change it up.
Doesn't matter what it is.
I can't start being so predictable. All right.
So Francesco, what can you tell us a little bit about the local culture?
Of Liguria or
Sure.
This place. I don't know.
All right, really? Why don't you tell us a little bit about the segregated areas?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you can see sometimes a lot of these colorful big umbrellas. So those are all the same color, obviously. Those are all private section of the beach. And yeah, kind of maybe unfortunately, I would say probably the majority of the coastline in Italy is under private.
And you have
owners,
to
let's say.
you have to pay to go on those, right? You were saying?
You have to pay to stay there. I mean, you have your bed, your umbrella, but you pay. You pay the.
But we're too cheap to do that, so we've got this area, right?
Yeah.
And what about the pebble beaches?
Yeah, so on the west coast, sorry, especially Ligure, Toscana, the beach is all with pebbles. It's unlikely to find sand beach. If you go on the east coast, so where there's the Adriatic Sea, on the Italian side at least, it's mostly sandy. So it depends on different current.
And who are those two statues we saw before?
There was one in the center,
one?
close to the accommodation, is Giuseppe Mazzini.
Yep.
He was in the 1800s one of the main promoter of the unification of Italy, because at the time it was all divided into small kingdoms. And then the other one, I guess, here you saw, yeah?
Yep.
Garibaldi instead was when the unification actually started. He famously led the expedition of the 1,000. So 1,000 soldiers basically went with him, and he left from like Ligure in a way. We went to Sicily, and from there we started basically conquering the king of the two Sicilies that was at the time. After the expedition, Italy was formed, so it was 1861. There was also a statue of, I don't know if you saw Cristoforo Colombo.
Yeah, who is that guy? I've never heard of him. Miranda, have you heard of Christopher Columbus? They don't talk about him in America. Yeah.
They only discovered America, or rediscovered. Like,
but he's from this region, right?
From Genoa.
Yeah, Genoa, which is how far from here? Half an hour?
Kilometers?
Yeah, half an hour, something like that.
Obviously, 492 go to the Indies, but not really.
Yeah. Trying to find a quick way, shortcut.
Yeah. Not really.
Yeah. Guys, Brindisi. Cheers. Look at that. Grazie mille. Is this a normal sized pizza, Francesco?
Slightly bigger.
Slightly bigger. Jesus. All right. Buon appetito.
Nearby, we traveled to the traditional fishing village of Portofino. Nowadays, its largest industry is tourism, and even in the morning, we could feel it getting busy.
Alrighty, so we've just traveled 15 minutes to the nearby port town of Portofino and check out what all the fuss is about. That's when you... Il pane.
Different breads for different...
So we got the focaccia here, right? Oh, yes. Alright, we need to get it. Alright, I gotta get some more of this then.
How to make pesto.
And they actually say that pesto is the besto, so... So this is Francesco's future super yacht.
Right. Easy.
The rich and famous come, hey? So we're going up to Castello Brown. It's not a very Italian sounding name, is it?
Not really. Castello Marrone.
Marrone.
It sounded very good.
It's the warm up.
Yeah, true. Knees, I'm not happy.
It's a little bit steep. The 16th century castle was brought by an English consul of the Yeats-Brown family in 1867. Prior to that, fortifications located in the same position had been used since Roman times.
The castle provides the perfect vantage point of the port and harbor below.
Tour guide now, Francesco. What can you tell us about the castle?
the castle was built in the 15th century when this area was been conquered by the Milanese family of the Visconti, then passed on to other conquerors, and the name comes from a British guy, which I forgot actually the first name, was Brown, the surname, and they occupied this area during the 19th century for a while, and now it's part of a UNESCO heritage.
Cool.
Location.
Excellent.
Site.
You did it right. That was good.
Sweet.
People are actually going to think you're our tour guide now. You guys got your own authentic Italian tour guide.
Before leaving, we had to check one of the things the town is most famous for. With our hunger satisfied, we moved on to the starting location of our 3-day adventure through Cinque Terre National Park.
Cinque Terre is a string of centuries-old seaside villages on the rugged Italian Riviera coastline. In each of the 5 towns, colorful houses and vineyards cling to steep terraces. Harbors are filled with fishing boats and trattorias that turn out seafood specialties along with the Liguria region's famous focaccia bread and sauce, pesto.
So we're here in Monterosso, in Cinque Terre, and we are having the specialty of the region, which is the pesto focaccia.
There's 2 specialties in one.
Yeah, exactly. Double specialty right there, the pesto focaccia, and the ham focaccia and the pizza focaccia. Miranda couldn't help herself. Oh, and the Aperol Spritz. And a cappuccino. Everything Italian. I need a fedora now.
Shop here.
Alrighty, so we're just leaving the town of Monterosso in Cinque Terre, and we are about to go and visit all 5 villages, but not today. Staying tonight pretty much in the next village, which is called Vernazza, and we'll be hiking only a short one, like 2, maybe 2.5 hours.
3 kilometers.
3 kilometers, but 3 kilometers up. So Cinque Terre gets its name from the 5 villages that sit on these terrace-like structures that have been created since the 10th and 11th century. And these terraces essentially have been created for agricultural reasons, olive groves and vineyards and things like that. They're all formed into these high cliffs made of a type of stone called macigno, which was formed between 23 and 28 million years ago. Very similar substance to sandstone. Alright, so we've just arrived into Vernazza, which is actually where we're staying tonight. It's one of the more beautiful of the 5 villages, so I'm going to spend some time checking it out this afternoon, grab some gelato, also some more Aperol, and then chill out.
Yeah, this is better because we actually go through.
Yeah, Vernazza was my favorite one last time as well.
What about
Vernazza and Riomaggiore.
From the boat?
Riomaggiore.
Yeah.
From the boat. I don't know how is it inside, but the sea.
It's a suspicious one. We're at Lazzetto Rooms in the center of Vernazza. So we're freshened up, we're here in Vernazza. We've got our gelato. Cheers. Put it in easy. We're gonna head to the beach now. Vernazza has no car traffic into the village and remains one of the truest fishing villages on the Italian Riviera. It is the only natural port of Cinque Terre and is famous for its elegant houses, which inspired the town of Portofino in the 2021 Pixar animated film Ligure. As a testimony to the strength of centuries-old tradition, fishing, wine, and olive production still continue. When you're in a place this beautiful, yeah. Well, there is really one way to do it, Francesco. There you go. It's not too bad once you get in. It's good, man. Stop torturing yourself. You were. How's that, Francesco? Pretty awesome, right? So we're actually heading up to the ruins of the Doria Tower, which is an old castle that sits up on top of the town of Vernazza. Check it out. Alright, we're at the top. Brindisi. Castello Doria.
The Doria Castle was built in the 15th century as a lookout tower to protect the village from pirates.
We departed early to explore the village in peace and serenity before the tourist crowds had arrived. Okay, so we have left Vernazza and we are now heading to a little town called Corniglia. We're almost halfway, so we've climbed 1.6 kilometers or 1600 meters in under an hour. Hasn't taken us too long, to be honest, and you know, we're only 1.3 kilometers into the trail, so it's been quite steep. We're now actually on our descent and these views have been absolutely breathtaking. So this is the first part of our journey. We are stopping at 3 little towns today to make up our total of 5 in the Cinque Terre National Park. So we're going to tackle all 5 of them in this trip. We'll be staying tonight at a place called Riomaggiore, which is the last of the 5 towns. So we're in the town of Corniglia and we've got ourselves some granite, which are kind of like slushies made of lemon, and one has a little basilico or basil in it. So going to check out the town and take in the sights.
Corniglia is located on the top of a promontory about 100 meters high. Surrounded on 3 sides by vineyards and terraces, the 4th side descends steeply to the sea.
After a short break in Corniglia, we ascended via a steep detour due to landslides onto the next village. So down in the distance there we can see the town of Monterosso. That's where we're heading pretty much right now. And you'll see all these beautiful terraced agricultural regions here, mainly for vineyards for growing wine. So let's check it out. So in the background there you can see the town of Corniglia, which is where we actually just left a little earlier. Climbed up about 450 meters, which is the highest point of the trail. And the name Corniglia actually comes from the Italian word corno, which is like a horn, used to describe the point or the horn that the town sits on. How awesome is this? Wine stop. I'm gonna have to say it.
Why not?
Why not? Oh, you took it from me. Why not? Let's do it. Let's get some wine. Cheers, guys. Brindisi.
Along the way, we had picked up a new friend, Thierry, from Singapore, who was happy to join us for the day.
So we are heading through Valastro right now, and we're making our way down to Monterosso.
All downhill.
All downhill. What else you got to say, Frankie? Valastro. Whoa. Okay, that heat is really coming down now. I think we're in the 30s, 30 something degrees Celsius. Heading down there to Monterosso, and this is where we're going to have lunch right now. So over here is the path that we should have taken from Corniglia, but there's been some really big landslides over here recently, and they've had to repair parts of the track, so we ended up going all the way up over the hills and back down. So massive detour. We're finally making our way down to Monterosso now. Typical of the area. Alright, today. Where do we start? Let's start with yesterday.
Eh?
Where did we start yesterday?
Yesterday.
Monterosso.
And then we went all the way there.
To Vernazza.
And then we stayed for the night.
Yep.
And then in the morning, went first to Corniglia. And then it was a nice, quick one, but it was closed, so we had to go all the way up.
Oh, yeah.
And then down via Bolastra and Monterosso. And now we're going to Riomaggiore.
Riomaggiore. Alrighty, so we have just climbed up over the pass. The road that usually connects Monterosso and Riomaggiore is now closed. You can hear how puffed I am. This has been really, really steep, and in the sun, like I said, it's about 35 degrees. It's tough, but we're at the top now, and we'll make our way down. So if you look down below, that is the path that traditionally has been taken to Riomaggiore. Because of a landslide that happened several years ago, we are currently walking right over the hill and down. Okay, siamo qui. We have made it here to Riomaggiore. We have completed El Cinque Terre, which is the 5 terraces, the 5 towns. As experienced hikers, it's a little bit harder than I expected.
Well, it's steep, especially in the summer period.
Honestly, yeah.
So hot.
Those detours really made a huge difference. It was quite tough. We've made it here a bit before the girls. They're on their way over now, so time for a spritz.
Oh yeah.
Let's go get some drink.
More than one.
Woo, we made it.
Ooh.
This is the place, by the way. This is where we're staying. So this is Francesco's room.
Area.
And this is Miranda and I. It's kind of romantic. Casa di Amore. It's all about the love, baby. Okay, cool. So it is time for some beach and some drinks. Okay, so this is the moment that we've been waiting for all day. And the boiling heat, which by the way was only about 30 degrees, but it felt like about 35, 40. So, whew, I think I'm just gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way, right, Chicky? Woo. Before departing via ferry, we had one last opportunity to look at potentially the most beautiful of Cinque Terre's villages in the stillness of morning. We're about to board on the boat and head back to Monterosso, and we decided to do it this way because we wanted to see Cinque Terre from the coast.
Rather than catching the train that links the villages, we decided to get the ferry as the best way to recap our journey and view our trail from the coast.
So this is the trail we should have taken yesterday, just from here to here, so simple, and instead climb all the way up over town. Supposed to take from Cornelia to Monterosso, and instead we went all the way up here. Damn it. Returning to the start of our adventure in Monterosso, we made our way back to Milan with a stop for lunch along the way. Alrighty, lunch stop here on our way to Milano in Sestri, Levante, and we're just going to cruise around, check out town a little bit.
While not as famous as the nearby villages of Cinque Terre or Portofino, Sestri Levante is becoming a very popular tourism alternative for Italians wanting to visit the Riviera region without the crowds.
After eating lunch and exploring the charming seaside town, we resume our journey north to Milan, where we pick up in our next episode. We showcase this magnificent city, along with the most beautiful lake in the region, Lake Como. Join us on Global Travel Stories. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed our content, please like and subscribe.
And we'd love if you could leave us a comment, letting us know what you've enjoyed or what you'd like to see more of.
And help us grow our channel. Become part of the Global Travel Stories family by sharing with friends, family, or anyone you think would enjoy our content. Thanks, guys.